Well, Matt, we spoke on Tuesday evening immediately after the Swindon game, where we had a narrow defeat. A couple of days on, what's your views on that? Sort of reflecting on that game, and also the week we've had in the win at Crawley as well.
Yeah, two different games, if you like, the two different types of teams we come up against. Swindon really try and play and really try and get it down and try and cause you problems. And Crawley was certainly a battle and a physical contest and a very scrappy game. So, like I've said many times, there's many ways we have to win and try and win a football match, and to scrap an away victory out like that, and stand up to the fight and felt in control for large periods, and to nick the win, I was very, very pleased. And a bit of an emotional day for me. It's the first time I've been back there since leaving there as assistant manager, and working under such a great guy in Dermot Drummy, and someone who, I had such happy memories there with him. It was a bit of an emotional day for me, and I felt someone who pushed me and was really encouraging me to be a manager, such a nice guy and someone who wanted the best for everybody. And I miss him and think a hell of a lot of him all the time. And to go back there and get a win was really nice. And, certainly someone I think about all the time, and he'd be really pleased that I'm a manager and cracking on and doing so well. So, it was a bit of an emotional day for me going back to Crawley, and really pleased that we as I say, saw it through and got that result. But then to go to Swindon, I think they've got some really experienced and good players. You're looking at the likes of Johnny Williams, and the standard and calibre of goal he scored there for the second was top draw. And they certainly posed us problems in that first period of probably the first half an hour. I've watched the game back. I thought up until the first goal, yes, that they got through us a little bit too easy at times, and there was little things and against teams like that with good players, if you slightly get it wrong, they will punish you. And I felt they got in maybe a couple of bits too easy. Scored a wonderful free kick. I thought it was a little bit soft, the foul, but still take nothing away from the technique, and the quality of that free kick was outstanding. And then suddenly a great strike from nowhere, Williams. We find ourselves 2-0 down. But as always with this group, I thought it was a terrific response, and sort of sparked us a little bit. And we put a decent ball into the box and got the handball, and really pressed towards the end of that first half. And then I was really pleased with the start of the second half, and I thought up until sort of Harry's injury, which is halfway through the half, I thought we were really on the ascendancy. Didn't really create loads. I thought we were really on the front foot, and certainly the one pressing for the next goal. They had their couple of moments on the counter-attack, and Dino did well to tackle outside the box when McCurdy was put through. But overall, I thought it was a very entertaining game with two good sides. But unfortunately, on the day, we just came out on the wrong side of it. Could have maybe a nick to draw with Kizzy's header at the end there. But an entertaining game for the neutrals, or for both sets of supporters under the lights there at Gander Green Lane. And unfortunately, it didn't go our way. But we'll dust ourselves down and look forward to Saturday's game.
That's very much the impression I got. We spoke to Louis John after Tuesday as well. And he wasn't the first player to say that at this level, you make a mistake and you get punished for it, whereas maybe lower down you don't. And also very much that, the dust ourselves down and get on with it for the game at Rochdale was very evident amongst the players as well. So that presumably was the attitude at training yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. Just like you said there, we want to be a front foot team. We want to press. We want to get after teams. If they want to try and play out from the back, we don't want to try and let them do that. But when you start notching up your levels, and the higher you go in and the better quality of team you're playing against, if you slightly get that wrong sometimes, and they will have their moments to try and open you up. But I didn't feel they did that second half. I thought, we made those little changes and rectified a few things, and I didn't feel they caused us anywhere near as many problems in the second half as they did in the first. But no, certainly with the calibre of player that you're playing against the top end League Two side there, that they can punish you at any moment. But no, we'll learn from it. We're constantly, I said to Jace the other day, and we're constantly looking to improve as a management team, as a club, as players, and constantly looking to drive forward. And there's many ways you lose a game. Sometimes you can feel really, gutted, and you felt you maybe deserve more out of it, or like an Oldham game where you're on the floor because you felt really hard done by. But nights like Swindon, where you go, okay, no, they're fair enough to them. They're a good side. I thought we went toe to toe for many large periods of the game, but it's just to make us better. So when we play them again, or that calibre of team, that we're ready for it, and we constantly look to improve them and make sure those sort of little errors don't happen again.
You touched on the one big drawback on Tuesday night, which was Harry's injury. He's had a lousy season with luck so far. What's the latest?
Yes, it's been a shame for Harry, because I've said in previous interviews he's been outstanding since I've come to the club, and such a good guy, such a brilliant leader in the dressing room, and someone who's such an influential character both on and off the pitch for me. In the team, doing well at the start of the season. Gets hit by COVID and you know, it sort of knocked him for 6 as well. So while he was out for that period, it sort of gave Ali Smith a chance to come in, and he's certainly taken that chance, and he's been brilliant. So Harry's had a little frustrating period of just having to wait for his chance again. Gets his chance, and with two games, sort of falls awkwardly, and unfortunately he's dislocated his collarbone. So he's had scans, he's seen 2 specialists. Collarbone's come away from the shoulder, so at the moment it's sort of just floating around there. It's detached from the shoulder, so that means he'll require an operation, which I believe is going to be next Friday. And once he's had his operation, we're probably looking at 6 to 8 weeks from then. So he's going to be sidelined for, I'd say, probably about 2 months, which is a huge shame. But knowing how Harry is and the character he is, and he'll look after himself, and he'll be chomping at the bit to return as quick as possible.
And coming at a bad time with Craig Eastman and Kenny Davis both having been on the sidelines as well recently.
Yeah, just both a couple of little muscle strains, both different injuries, but only grade 1s, and they're both back in light training. We still thought we were 8 hours away from Saturday's game. We've got another game on Tuesday, so it's another busy week for us. So we'll just see how both of those are coming up to the weekend's game and the week coming ahead, and see where we're both at with those two.
Yeah, 2 away games coming up. Saturday away to Rochdale. Last couple of games we've been playing against sides sort of right up the top of the form table. Rochdale, more to the other end of it, haven't won in, I think it's 6 games, but still anticipating a difficult, long trip and a difficult game.
Definitely. I've already watched one of the games. Going to be watching some more videos on them today, preparing for training tomorrow and the weekend's game. But already seen them because they played Swindon last week. Very much Swindon were the better side first half, but Rochdale certainly came out and had a go at them second half, and were 2-1 up until a late Swindon equaliser. So we're expecting another really tough game. And yeah, as I say, we'll be preparing right, as we always do, to whoever we play. There's no easy games, certainly in this league or in the National League. And you have to earn every point. So we'll be doing our homework and working out how we want to nullify them, and also trying to implement and hurt them with our threats.
And any other team news? Rob Milson was missing on Tuesday night.
Yeah, Rob just had a bit of illness and a bit of like a strain up into the top of his shoulder, top of his chest there. So a couple of days on the anti-inflammatories, and hopefully he'll be fine. And
then one other piece of news that sort of came through late on Tuesday night: Hayes and Yedding beating Dorking on penalties in the FA Cup. So we're now at Hayes in the first round, or Hayes and Yedding in the first round. No, there's 3 league games before then. But you and Jason, both former Hayes players. What's your view on the draw, having Hayes having beaten Dorking?
Yeah, it'll be an extremely tough game. I don't believe they've lost a game yet this season. They've won 8 and drawn 1 in the league, and then obviously they're undefeated in the FA Cup as well. So they're on a hell of a run. Jason knows their management team really well. Obviously, we know the club, albeit not playing at the ground that we used to play for quite a few years ago, when it was just Hayes before they merged with Yedding. So it'll be a nice pitch. It's a good setup there. They've got a nice new stadium. But it'll be an extremely tough game for us against a team full of confidence. So, as you say, we've got 3 league games between now and then. Terry Bullivan went and watched both games, actually, just by chance. He was there on Saturday before we knew the draw. And then went and watched the replay on Tuesday night. And I think whoever would have played out of those 2 sides would have been a very tough contest away from home. And certainly we'll have that with Hayes. But once we get these 3 league games out of the way, we'll be watching them and keeping an eye on them in the meantime. And then obviously it's a competition that we're 2 games away from the 3rd round, and another potential big FA Cup game for the football club. So I'm really conscious and not having a great FA Cup record in the first 2 years as a manager. I'd like to maybe try and get a couple of wins under my belt and maybe put a big club in the 3rd round. So that's definitely the aim. But first and foremost, we'll have to prepare properly and totally respect Hayes, because they've done fantastic, not only in the league, but to get this far in the cup as well. So it'll be an extremely tough game for us, but one we'll be looking forward to.
Well, as you say, 3 league games to come first. First of those at Rochdale on Saturday. Wish you all a safe trip up north, and all the best on the pitch on Saturday, and we'll catch up with you afterwards. Cheers, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant. No, cheers, Tony. Thanks a lot.